Oh, good. YouTube hooked up finally. Oh, this is not good. Well, that's going to be interesting. So the plan was to do a video about stuff going on, but apparently because I am not paying attention sometimes, I might have made two videos of the same thing. But I'm going to delete one of them, and I hope it's not the one I'm doing right now because that can be kind of awkward. Oh, good. So things that happen when I'm busy doing all kinds of crazy stuff at my house. So hello. Hi, I'm Louis Porter Jr. Hey, Angel. This is Transparency Agenda Daily, and today we're going to talk about reskinning monsters for second use. This is going to be a little different. Hasaban, hey, Jeff. Today's going to be a little different because recently I've been doing some research. Hey, Pedro, what's going on? I've become very much excited about doing monsters because for us, like, oh, you know, I'd like to do some monsters and that'd be real cool. And then I realized this. Hold on, let me see if I can grab these so you can understand what I'm talking about, because this is kind of like the moment of, well, that's kind of stupid. You see, jeez. See, I have all these. I have all these books. See how many books I have? Do you see all these books? It is ridiculous how many books I have. And why is it ridiculous? Oh, because I almost hurt myself right there. Oh, I have physically enough books to actually kill somebody with. Those are all the monster books that have come out from Paizo. Every single one that they've made in big hardback. Not like every monster, but everyone they've made in a hardback. Including, Advanced Bestiary. From our lovely friends at Green Ornee. Now I got to put it in my notes. Damn it. I wasn't planning on it. You know, I only had one note today. So I got like jeez. Yes, my spines are very unused, and that's something else I'm going to talk about, Scott. Mine are not cracked open because I look at books. I treat them like girlfriends, Scott. They're like my girlfriend. I can't harm them. They're beautiful things. So there you go. Other people fold them and break them. Like, oh, disgusting. Disgusting. So, I'm going to write Advanced Bestiary. So I'm looking at all these monsters, and I'm like, why is it that there's so many monsters? Because I'm a big believer in the truest sense of the word. You know, you don't need a lot of monsters. You don't. Because what you do is you take a monster. Let's take a monster. Let's take one. Let's take a monster. And I know what monster I'm going to take. I just got to find it real quick. And I'm just going to describe some stuff to you. But I'm going to see if you figure out what this monster is. Here's a description. I'm going to read it to you and you all get excited. This savage creature looks bestial version of a savage human with green-gray skin and greasy black hair. Okay, what monster did I just talk about? What monster was that? Anybody going to take a guess? Anybody out there? Take a guess. What monster am I talking about that I'm reading from in the bestiary? Which one? Scott, of course you like finding out the serial number. That's the cool stuff. All right. So anybody give up? Because you got to be wait. Look at that, Jacob Blackman. First one in. Jacob Blackman knew exactly what it was. That's right. See, orc. Oh, me. Okay. Orc. Well, for everybody. Orc. That was a description of the orc. Now, here's something funny. That description of the orc. See, orcs. That description of the orc tells you what the orc looked like, and the stat black, of course, tells you what's going on. Here's where it gets really kind of cool and interesting. So. When I was working on the UX of this, I was like, okay, I want to make totally unique monsters, make them totally different from everything else, and make them so awesome that people will love them more than the standard stuff. So I first had to create this. We're not going to do orcs in the setting. We're not going to do orcs. I think orcs are stupid. Pigmen never freaked me out. I don't understand why they're scary. It never ever scared me out. So I was like, whatever. Okay, second, we're going to make something cooler. And I kept thinking of, okay, what do I want to do cooler? Well, let's do Caliban. So I did Caliban, and it's like, oh, this is going to be really cool. And I'll make them, there'll be, cannibals, and And I said, what will I use for a stat block? And then I started writing up the stat block. And then I got like halfway through the stat block, and I said, it's really stupid for me to write up a stat block. There's hundreds of stat blocks. Why don't you just go to one of them, pork, and just reskin it and change a couple things, and I got a whole new thing. And that's what I did. I learned this very quickly in publishing. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's no need to do that. What you need to do is make awesome stuff and hide it in such a way that it's in plain sight, but at the same time, people don't recognize it. So orcs in my setting are Caliban. The stat blocks are virtually the same, except for like three or four changes, but not like actual numbers, but actually like the weapons they use and this thing and the fluff. But the stat block is the same. See, most people, as I found this out recently, well, not really recently, I've known for a while, most people automatically see a thing. Oh, it's a orc. They already know the stat block. They already know what they're going to do. They already know they're going to attack. They already know they're going to handle it. Boom. But you present something else with the same stat block, but they don't know what the stat block is. You give a cool name. You know, this beast it's small and it's kind of bent over and these leather straps are coming out of this and it's wailing at the, that sounds scary. But the stat block doesn't matter. It's like, oh, look, but you don't know that because everything on this game, most games, are about perception of sight. The second you see something, okay, what is it? Oh, it's an orc. Well, I know it's got this, and then you do the math. So my job as a publisher and a creative person is to make you look at my thing and go, okay, I think it's this. Oh, no, it's not that. Oh, my God, what happened? Ah! That's what I want to do. I want to cause you to have some kind of havoc. And reskinning, I think, is a great way to do that. I'm a big fan of reskinning. I've been, doing that for most of the stuff. So let me give you, since you all know, now you're like, oh, my God, Lewis, you reskinned the orcs for your setting for Caliban? Yes. Yes. And the picture for the Caliban is much cooler than the picture of the orc. It's just because call it is. Caliban are awesome. It's an awesome picture. That's why. So here's something else. Scott Fernandez. First learned about supersetting. Yeah. See, Scott understands. See, you really don't worry about the numbers. The numbers are not important. The stat block is not important. It's the flavor attached to it. So here's a great example of what I did. And this is a good one for New Exodus. When I was building the game out, I was looking for new races to try out. And I kept saying, oh, I don't want to do a cat race because everybody's done a cat race. And every cat race sucks because they're all like feline. And I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. I hate like cat races. But I said, boy, I'd love to do something like the Thundercats. But like the Thundercats are actually kind of cool. But cat races are normally kind of crappy. So how can I make this cool and kind of Thundercat-ish? So what I did was, all right, so I happened to go to the movies. It's a total fluke of a moment. Was going to see Kung Fu Panda. Yeah. Laugh all you want. So the scene in Kung Fu Panda when the main bad guy escapes from the big prison all run by the rhinos. And there's a scene where he's running up this pole. And this pole, basically, one of the poles are dropping. He's just running up it. And because something happened, he got fire on both of his hands. And he's running up, and the hands are on fire. And it's like, whoa, that's a pretty cool look. And I saw that, and I was like, I think it'd be kind of cool if you could do, like, a cat race that fired, like, fireballs. Initially, it was fireballs. And I was like, I don't know about fireballs. So I thought about it, and I redefined it, and eventually became lightning. And I kept saying, well, how do I make this race kind of cool? And I said, oh, how about we don't even make it like lightning? We'll make it like shadow lightning. And I said, ooh, that's so cool. I'm like, okay, Catmen who fire black lightning. Boom. Okay, visually, that's already awesome. But then I'm like, what kind of history can I give them to get them really excited? What's a cool history of a monster that, yeah, it is just an elemental fist, but mine's much cooler. You can do all kinds of cool things with mine. And we did it before elemental fist came out. So, bleh. So it was like, okay, how can I make them even cooler? So then I said, what kind of race do I want to make them? And I kept going over, and I said, okay, let me do a little test. So I sent out a note to people. I said, please tell me your all-time favorite 3 monsters. And this is not the most recent one I did. This is way before. And so I kept looking at monsters that people kept saying they liked and why they liked them. And I was like, okay, and then one came up. And then when I saw it, I was like, perfect. It fits for the setting. I can tie it in perfectly, and people wouldn't even notice. And I don't think, oh, no, it's not included. It's actually a monster that's not included in Pathfinder because it is WotC, D&D IP. And I said, let's take the idea and concept, let's change it, and make it for our setting. I'm like, okay, great. So the creature I'm talking about is Githyanki. I've always liked the Githyanki. I thought they're a great idea, great concept, Former slaves, now rebelled against their slave masters, now turning to their slave masters. Same exact thing for New Exodus when I built it to Pan. Black lightning throwing guys with the basic concept of slave race, were enslaved by people, they are now free, some are still enslaved, and they hate these guys. It's a, boom. Tied into the cool looking picture of Catman with lightning bolts, cool history, boom, done. Didn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out. And why do people like it? Because it's cool. Why do people like see when they see it? Oh, they think Thundercats. It's cool. That's what we're doing here. Think of 2 cool ideas, how you can jam them together and make it work. And like I said, realistically, we did kind of originally the initial design we did, we used to get the Yankee stat block. We modified it over time to what it is now. But the idea and concept and inspiration came directly from them. So I'm always like, yeah, man, think of things you can get inspiration from and how you can change it to do something cool. Okay, we have a race in New York that's called the Sinian. They're big, bulky, crystalline-looking guys. The original concept I had for them, I came up when I was like, oh, I'd like to do something cool. Let me do something superhero-ish. And I said, you know, like a superhero that never gets a lot of play, in my personal view, but he really does. But you could always use more play. The Thing. Like, the Thing is a cool character, but the Thing is like, he's the Thing. But I'm like, wow, would be something you wouldn't expect from the Thing, like magic. So that's how I came on that little route. And I said, well, I don't want to do stone, because everybody's done stone. How about we do crystal? Crystal might be kind of cool. I think crystal would be awesome. So boom, we did crystal. And there you got the Sinian. And the word Sinian is actually from the word cyan, which I thought was a cool idea. And I wanted to modify it and I made them all blue. So I was like, ooh, Sinian, cyan. Boom. See, all kinds of weird stuff. You can hide stuff anywhere. Awesome. Water dripping on my pants. Looks like I got a pee problem. Ugh. So yeah, so steal some good ideas. You know, so with that said, this is what I've been working on. Let me see what's on the back of this paper. I don't even know what's on the back of this paper. Oh, this all belongs together. So this is a little sheet I've been working on. You really can't see it. I'm going to show it in the YouTube guys first. And it's all backwards, which I think it's funny because I can't read it that way. And you guys, I don't know if you're getting it backwards, but you probably are. It's a list of stuff. So for Neo Exodus, I kept saying, you know, we need to get more people playing Neo Exodus. I got to get more people interested. What am I not doing right? And I sat down and thought about it. I'm like, you know what the problem is? People who play regular fantasy have never played Neo Exodus, and they might be very different. There's no way to get their guys in there. There's nowhere to play the things they're used to playing. So I said, okay, so let's do Neo Exodus versions of monsters that we have. So I can talk about this one first, because I'm developing it right now. See, Scott, we all use cool things that we know would be cool. As Gift Yankee are awesome. Let's just call it right as it is. It's cool. It's a cool idea, cool, simple. We can all relate to it. Everyone can relate to a slave race rebelling against their masters. It's simple. So I said goblins. See? Well, see? Goblins. So, and the sad part is I haven't shown Jeff Lee any of this. Poor Jeff Lee. Jeff, if you don't know this, Jeff Lee for Louis Persian Design is most likely the stat block god. Jeff Lee's probably done more stat blocks for my company than I think anybody ever has. You know, his first job was doing a book of 58 stat blocks right off the bat. And that's never a thing you should do for your first writer's first time out. I mean, just out of pure hatred. But I told him I was doing it, so don't be surprised. So we're going to do some more stat blocks. I did this write-up. So I said, we're going to do a goblin kind book. And I kept saying, okay, we're going to do this. And okay, well, you know, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. This will be kind of cool because you'll find this interesting. So I said, okay, we're going to do this goblin book. It's going to release 1/15, probably hell. Yes, Jeff, it is most likely going to be hell. I'm planning for this to release 1/15. That's January 15th. That week at least. I'm going to make it like 10,000 words. So Jeff's already looking like, oh, I hate you already, Louis. I'm like, I know, but you know, hey. So of course it's going to be goblin, hobgoblin, bugbear. We're going to have those statted out. And of course, we're going to do more CRs because we have the basic generic ones. And then we're going to add 6 more. Well, don't call my thumb. 6 more new ones. And this is what we're doing. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make it look cool. So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. It's still going to be awesome. You're still going to love it. So we took so far, we're going to do each of the 2 monsters will get 2 other versions. The one I can actually talk about name-wise, but Hobgoblin is like the only one. This Hobgoblin's a bit in my head. I saw the description of them, and the picture doesn't fit the description I have in my head for them. So we're going to redo some visual looks for them. Same thing with Goblin, same thing with Bugbear. I mean, we're going to give it a new description. We're going to make it more Neo Exodus, more us. So we're going to do a Hell Goblin, and a Hell Goblin is a Hobgoblin with a. Can I tell you that? I don't know if I tell you. What if we change it? Okay, I'll tell you what the hell. Hell Goblin is a Hobgoblin with a magma template from. Damn you books! I told you once again, templates. Get it? Templates. Monsters you already know. Templates becomes a new monster. So boom, we're doing that. We're going to do Bugbear with a metal clad template. We're going to do a Goblin with a mist template. We're going to be doing another Goblin with a Shadow Trace template. I got a cool idea for them. I got to change the name. A Fury Hobgoblin, a Hobgoblin with a Quickling template. Because nothing says danger like a speeding fast Hobgoblin. I think that we can go crazy with that one. And then, of course, a Bugbear with a Smoke Creature template. I think we're going to go crazy with that one. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to kill a lot of people. So I'm really excited about that. And when I say I'm going to kill a lot of people, it's really Jeff's going to kill a lot of people. I'm just coming with some cool ideas of what might work. Poor Jeff's got to write this stuff. I mean, someone's got to write it. I mean, that's complete ideas. So with that, I was like, okay, here's the thing with goblins, though. I hate how people portray goblins as, oh, they're cute and funny. Ha ha ha. See, yes. See, first of all, Jeff, I'm surprised you don't have it in your collection. I really am kind of surprised. And number two, yeah, this is legitimate work expense, legitimate. So, back to this thing. So I was saying, okay, goblins. How would I make them different than Paizo's goblins? So I said, okay, this is how I see the goblins. This is some words I use, and this is how I usually come creative stuff. I just use some words, some ideas to get them more in line. So for goblin, I came with savage, crafty, resourceful, and here's the last one. This is more than just one word, but this is the phrase that really kind of ties it all in. Willing to take a chance. Because the second you go from willing to take a chance, think about how crazy that could be. You're already crafty and you're already resourceful and you're savage, but you're willing to take a chance. So it means you're going to do things that people would not expect you to do. So I'm like, that could be an awesome, cool thing. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 different CRs for each goblin. You know, hobgoblin, bugbear, generic. So you can have different ones to play, but you might need them for the setting. And that's how we're going to see them. That's how we're going to write them up. The hobgoblin, the words that came to mind when I did this: silenced, disciplined, efficient. You know, everyone talks about hobgoblins. Oh, they're big and militaristic. Well, let's make them like silent guys. Like we are totally badass because we are badass, and we don't mess around. We kill you. We cut you up. Boom. Everything's efficient. Boom. It's surgical. And most people wouldn't think of the hobgoblins like that. They think, oh, they're just military guys. But no, they're more than just military guys. They're experts in combat. This is what they do for a living. This is how they survive. This is, like I said, they said they produce, they overproduce. So that very much of that mindset. Boom. That's how, not even ninja, Scott. I funny enough, I saw them initially in my head when I was thinking of the concept as the Immortals from 300. These guys don't have to say much. You're just badass mofos. They got their outfits on, boom. You knew they were dangerous, and you knew they were just like, boom. See, look, now Jeff Lee's already got crazy ideas already. See, I do this. It's my fault. And then with bugbears, I went a little different. Since they're like usually used as executioners and things like that. So I decided with them with precise, professional, and here's something that's kind of interesting. I think could play very well. Unemotional. Most bugbear people think, oh, they're big wild animals. But what if they're just unemotional? I'm going to kill you, and it's nothing personal. I'm just going to kill you. So I think we can do some really cool stuff with that. Maybe you can give them some cool stuff. And I'm still debating about making it possible that you can play them in our setting because, I don't like to do a lot of races. But I think I might have to because some of the stuff could be kind of cool. I think people would be interested. But like I said, take something we already know. We already know goblins. We already know what to expect. And now I've given you something that you haven't seen before. And now these goblins have become interesting. There's something you might already know. And we might change up a couple things, this and that. But it's going to be, or even better, we'll give it like alternative traits. So you have things you expect them to have, and they got this other stuff you weren't expecting, and they punch you straight in the nuts. Because that's what I think is funny, at least for me. What can I say? This will be awesome because I think so. So yeah, so we're also going to be doing, so goblins are the first one we're doing. We're going to do undead, lizardfolk, giant, aberration, clockwork. Because I kept saying we got to do constructs, but I want to do clockwork constructs. And I broke down the clockwork constructs from clockworks, robots, constructs, and there'll probably be some other stuff. I don't even know. I just think it's going to be awesome. Yes, Scott, you are correct. They are the operative serenity. I never thought about it like that. Wow. That's a nice way to put it. And that's quite disturbing when you're a bugbear. I mean, just good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. That's kind of freaky thinking of like the operative. I never thought about that. Ooh, scary. So the next thing we're working on, but that's if we do that, we're going to do giants. And then when I wrote giants, and then I realized something that really kind of stuck out. I don't really want to add any more giants. There's already like 6 giants already, and I don't think I can add anything useful of a giant because giant just means big person. So like they've covered all the little giants that everybody's done. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. So, I decided, okay, let's leave giants out. We're probably going to call them monstrous to make it even cooler because these monsters are very cool. So we're going to go with a cyclops, troll, ogre, which I never can ever pronounce right, and Etten. Boom. Those 4 are classic monsters. They're huge. They're devastating. And then we're gonna do some cool stuff with them. Like I already know for the Cyclops, I'm gonna add like horns to mine and a much bigger eye, because I do have like a little small eye. I want to have like a huge eyeball, and then maybe give it like some kind of like attack out of the eyeball. I don't know, mind blast or something cool, something interesting that we can move around. And the same thing with Etten. It's got 2 heads. You know, what happens if one head dies or one head, you know, there's lots of cool ideas in here. So I gotta just continue writing this stuff and getting this together. And see, look at it. I write it on yellow paper like I'm a legitimate, you know, professional. Now this isn't even computer focused. This is all like paper and pencil, writing ideas, looking through books. And that's why I look through books. Now, with all this being said, if you're ever interested in doing this kind of stuff, I would suggest, if you'd like to save a lot of time and save a lot of stress for yourself, go over to D20 PFSRD. They have tons of the information I'm talking about online, readily available, that you can pick up anywhere. I mean, really anywhere. And you can get that information. Oh, this is the old one. I don't want that one. You can get this information readily available. I think it's quite useful. I think it's a good place to go just to get ideas. And if you want to just, you know, be on your phone at home. Oh, and I'll also tell you about a program. Maybe you don't know about this program, and I'm going to add it just in case. There's a program called Google Keep. I have it on my phone, my computer, everywhere. Basically, if you're going to keep notes to yourself, I think Google Keep is one of the best ways to keep notes for yourself, just because, you know, you always have something around. So if you just want to do something quick and easy, get Google Keep. That's great for like ideas, for inspiration. Just, you know, oh, I got this idea. You can just talk. You can do it by audio, or you can take a picture of it. There's so many different ways you can do it. I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite programs. So there you go. All right. And I'm stopping now. And something else I found out, and this is kind of funny since I'll be talking about this. I've noticed that most people, the average length of time people watch their videos is about 8 minutes, which has me worried, because I'm like, these videos are like 30 minutes long. Maybe I'm going too long with my videos. So I'm thinking about maybe cutting the videos a little shorter and maybe just getting a little more focused and to the point, which is good and bad, but, you know, something I'm thinking about doing. So maybe we only do like a 15-minute video or a 20-minute video tops, and that's it. Within 20 minutes is up, we shut off. We don't care. If I have a middle of a sentence, it doesn't matter. Off. That kind of stuff. So maybe, I don't know. Because I think 30 minutes might be too long for people, because, you know, maybe if you're driving, it's not so bad, and you can put this on audio. You don't have to see me. You can hear it and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Just some thoughts. But that's where I am with that. So I guess that's how we're going to talk about this whole reskinning. So now you got all that. Good news, actually great news. For those who have been following our Patreon for Infinite Dungeon, we just crossed our $50 level. I think it is awesome. I think we are now legitimate. I think this is going to work out much better than I thought. And I was celebrating with a drink. You can actually see the video. Actually, now I got to put the video for this thing in there. The video's on YouTube at this, where I do our regular videos, so you'll see it there. You can see it if you want to. You know, maybe I'll put a link. I'll probably put a link. Who am I kidding? So yeah. So, and of course I'm talking about it. The phone went down. Pimp went down with the phone. Yes, Scott. Infinite Dungeon is great. Poor Jeff, poor Richard, and poor Michael have been working like slaves for this thing. And they've had, I think they're having fun. I think Jeff's having fun. I know Jeff is willing to kill some people, so he's having fun. I looked at it. I think it's lots of fun. So we got that going on. We got that working out. Like I said, less than 15 days. Less than 14 days, 2 weeks. It's going to be up and running. I'm very happy with it. I'm just amazed that we actually got this off the ground. I didn't think it was going to get off the ground, to tell you the truth. Not just because those guys were doing it, but I didn't think I'd be able to do it, or people would be interested, and you know. So there you go. That's the cool part about all this, just having fun. So we got that going on. I'll put a link in the description, of course, for YouTube and for Facebook. And you'll get this in a couple minutes. All right. Oh, level 3 is going to be killer. So Jeff, do you want to tell anybody what you're doing in level 3? What monster you're putting in level 3 to make people terrified? I mean, you don't have to, but you know. Scott, you are killer DM. Don't try to lie to yourself. You've killed lots of people. We know you have. You got that streak in you. I can sense it. I know you. I can feel it. So yeah, we got that going on. Yeah, it's very hot in here today. Very hot in my room. It's very hot in Florida today, I guess. Ooh, I'm sweating. Ooh, sweating. Time for a drink. Ugh. Oh, and by the way, if you all were wondering, yes, I'm drinking diet aimed at. Got to keep my girlish figure. There you go. All right. So as always, before I go, let me give a big announcement. Please subscribe. The button should be here. I'm going to do this eventually right on Facebook. The button will be down here for you people who want to subscribe. We are still, once again, 5 people away from reaching 200. I have no idea why we can't reach 200. It's kind of funny. I think I might actually cry when we reach 200. So I think it'll be awesome. So there you go. All right. As always, thank you for watching. I'm going to get out of here and do some more work. Send probably some more stuff to Jeff. I'm lying to you, Jeff. I'm just going to do stuff and just wait till the last minute and spring it on you. All right. That's how we do it here. Thank you so much for everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow.